Okay, so I'm gonna start working on the breathing of the neck. So we're just gonna do slip stitches again. This is all you do in all the borders of the top, and this is the same technique that you use to do the armholes, which I've already done here. There. And basically you just slip stitch around, and then when you work with short rows, you use the same technique that you used here in both sides and here. So let's begin. I think I'm gonna begin here. I mean, you just wanna find a spot that is not too visible, but that said, there's no spot that is not visible here, so I've just chosen I'll start here actually, so I can show you how to do the first short row. So let's begin here. Okay. So we do normal slip stitches. This one looks very tight here. So just like we did in this area here, we're gonna insert our hook in the chain 1 of this row, and then on the next available stitch, and we're gonna do a slip stitch. Then in here, the area of the straps is really easy. You just do normal slip stitches in the back loop. Okay, so this is where the straps are joined. So it seems that here my last stitch before the seam is this one. So slip stitch, and then the first one from the other side is this one. So just keep going as normal. Okay, and now I'm at the point where I need to join the last short row of the bust area to the strap. So we're gonna use the same technique that we've been using, except that now it's gonna be reversed. I don't know well how to explain this, but what I mean is before, in this area, this is the other side, we're joining a short row to the strap or to a longer row, and now we're doing the opposite. We're joining the strap or a longer row to the short row. So we're gonna do the reverse technique. So instead of grabbing the chain 1 from the previous row with the next available stitch, we're gonna grab the last available stitch with the chain 1 from the previous row. So we're gonna grab the last available stitch on this row and the chain up, which is here. It's a bit tight, so I'm gonna struggle a little bit to grab it. There it is. And then now we do a slip stitch there. And now we continue with slip stitches until we reach the next short row, which is there. Okay, last available stitch with a loop, and then a slip stitch. Last available stitch with a loop and slip stitch. Again. Okay, and these ones, they all have the same height. So I'm just gonna grab all the loops available, and then we're gonna start with the technique of grabbing the loop and the next stitch available, the loop and the next stitch available when we reach this area. Okay, so now we're gonna join this loop here, which is the chain up, with the next available stitch there. Then there's a stitch here, just a slip stitch. Then again, this loop with the next available stitch there. Again, a loop with the next available stitch. Okay, so this is the last short row. So we do slip stitch in the last stitch of the row. Now we grab the loop and the next available stitch. Okay, so I do my last few slip stitches. I'm there, I already cut my yarn, and now we grab a yarn needle. There and there. And now all I have to do is hide my ends.